Good day, adventurers. This is more Drunken Blade, and I want to welcome you all back to another session of Kinship's Destiny. Looks like we're at session 9, titled Another Level. And I want to get a couple things out of the way really quick. I do want to apologize for last week, the beginning of last week. I do miss social cues and my cues from my fellow players sometimes, and got so many DMs that I just kind of unhinged for a second. And I just want to apologize to you all, to my players, and to the audience. We've put some things in place so that we can hopefully avoid those kind of situations again. Namely, if you need to say something and you're not getting my attention, we all go like this now. Makes it easier on me. Or just DM me or shoot me a message or give me the finger, whatever you need to do. But we have a lot to do tonight. This is probably going to be a little bit of a heavy RP session for everyone. So let's get things started with a little bit of what happened last week, Shanoa. All right, they're frozen, so nothing happened.
I was just about to say, we need to get to know a better cam quality.
Give him a few seconds. How are you all doing tonight?
I live.
I live.
I lived.
I live, therefore I am the world's problem.
All right. Hey, Shanoa, glad to see you're back.
Yay. Okay. Are we ready? Yep. We ready for the recap?
Yeah.
So, previously on Kinship's Destiny, when we started out, one of our party members was down, Sabrina. Please note, this is not the first time and last time somebody will go down in this recap. So, after a little snafu of trying to get Sabrina back into the living, we discovered a stockpile of potions in said person's bag. But through common reasoning, we were able to get her back up. Only problem was didn't really realize she had been knocked unconscious and kind of forgotten most of everything that had transpired recently, which probably is a good thing. Um, Weather starts to turn bad and a light to medium rain starts coming down. The party decides to do a little slight tactical retreat to get all our bearings straight, kind of get a catch a breath before we decide to descend further into Cragmaw Castle. In going back to the small kind of waterfall cliff area in which we had previously stopped at, um, a few events had transpired. Malukes went out into the wild, and we really don't know what happened, but there was a thunderstorm, and there may have been extra lighting effects happening, but to us, it was just a thunderstorm. Sabrina slowly started to get her bearings straight, and Thornton came to the party and decided to discuss some of the previous days' actions in which he did to kind of set the air straight with the party. Believe that did go over well, and in kind of a group effort, we decided we needed to make a run at the castle again because we knew time probably wasn't of the essence for Gundren. Thanks to some wonderful scouting ahead, Endymion decided to kind of do a quick scan of the area and reported back that there was a northern entrance to the dilapidated castle that we decided to enter in. And in entering that area, we discovered our most fearsome foe to date, a door. Yada, yada, yada. Several attempts to open the door led to some crashing, booming, and banging, which led to combat in some pretty tight, close quarters, which led to more tight, close quarters. Eventually, we decided to start attacking another door And in doing so, we discovered the good King Groll, the bugbear, who had Gundren pretty much at knife point. Through either he knew he was trapped or he was just a total dick, decided to slit Gundren's throat. Another person down. More combat pursues. 2 more people go down. Party regroups, makes a very valiant stand effort, gets Gundren back up thanks to Kithwin's potion at the end. But there seemed to have been one goblin and hobgoblin combo that was just waiting and laying in wait and nails a pretty precise crossbow bolt right to Kithwin, and that was our final person to go down. Things seemed bleak, but literally and figuratively, a beacon of light came running in to make the save. Thornton took out the last 2 assailants, and that's pretty much where we ended.
All right. As Maluk's came in, doing that epic slide to Kithwin, holding her head up, giving her that potion of healing, and I think that was 10 hit points you regained. Suddenly realized that, well, because of a spell, or because of some wild magic shenanigans, he blinded everybody in that room. So Sabrina and Endymion are basically the only 2 that are not blinded. I'm not sure how long that lasts for. I forgot to look it up.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll let you know.
So now, pretty basically, did you guys want to move ahead a little bit with the just chilling out in that room? The door, remember, the door was basically just pushed in. You could probably prop the door back up and chill out in that room for a minute if you need to. And then I sent a list to you guys in the private chat at the top. The top stuff that starts off with the Electrum pieces is pretty much all the stuff you're going to be able to find in there. What I will add into there is going to be, I believe it's 3 more spell scrolls. Yes, 3 more spell scrolls. A 1st level spell and 2 2nd level spells. And I earmarked those that way specifically for Sabrina's character when she levels up. So that Sabrina, whatever 3 spells that you choose to add, to start adding to your spell book, those 3 spells will be it. We'll just make it easy on you. But you will have to spend time, maybe when you guys get some downtime, a long rest or something, maybe you could start the process of transcribing those spell scrolls into your spell book. That might.
So that was 1 1st level, and what were the others? I'm just going to keep track.
2 2nd.
2 2nd. Okay.
Yeah. It's basically that equivalent of going from 2nd to 3rd level wizard. And
I got it written down for you, Lily.
And don't forget. Go ahead. And don't forget, guys, I mean, you can find individuals, you can probably find other wizards or places if you needed to buy different spells and things like that. That's always a possibility and always probable. Does anybody else want to do anything in that room while you're blinded for how long?
400 years.
You are permanently blinded. It was really good playing with you guys.
It is not that long of a time span.
It's for a minute or until you resist, correct?
There is no resist to it.
I was thinking of Open Legend, different rules.
No,
yes,
else.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they're essentially blinded until they leave the space I'm in, or a minute or so.
And just I'll get to you just 1 second, Brian. But the way I have it on my paper is that we have 3 more rounds of that that being because of how long it was supposed to act, correct? Are my notes correct?
I think that's fair from what I'm assuming. 3 more of your blinding light.
Oh, the blind light? No, it's more like 7.
Oh, come on.
Blinded
I was
by
keeping track.
light.
Oh, okay. Thordrin, you had something, sir?
Yeah, so I just shut the door
Okay.
upon seeing the blinding light come back in. And if I turn around and look, is this on the map? Is that true to form? Like it's open to the area below?
Open to the area below. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
like right here.
I see
I don't
you.
know. Is that just rubble that's opening out to?
No.
No?
So none of the remember that this has a top on it. So none of the rubble, you could dig through rubble. It will take you a long time. But remember at the beginning part of the session last week, I clarified that these are walls. They have a thickness. They have an interior thickness. This is covered on top.
Okay.
And that this is rubble that has fallen from the heights of the castle previous to destruction.
So at that point, then, because I shut the door and Demian is still in there with me, and I can see again.
Okay.
I'll just kind of look at him and just kind of say, "That was a little bit of a rough one, wasn't it?"
I mean, yeah, kind of. Some of us, at least.
Yeah, I would say so. For some of us. Yeah, I'm not laughing so much. See, because I kind of got my ass kicked. My sister kind of got her ass kicked. Kithwin kind of got her ass kicked. Where were you at?
Well, I mean, I'm doing what I do best, and I did my thing. I should really like strategize a little bit more or something instead of just walking in and being like, if you hit me with your arrows, I'll just stand here until you guys run out, and then I'll kick your ass a little bit. No. Take some cover, get out of the way. It's not that hard. I mean, if you want to practice, we can always try. Or,
Uh-huh.
Well, how are you feeling? I saw you raging out. Is that something new or something you learned after you fell off the wagon? Or how do you come about that? It's just, wow. Just cool.
I'm developing a little bit of a temper, I think, and I'm just choosing to embrace it instead of constantly just kind of keeping stuff like bottled up. Seem to kind of, feel pretty good.
Sorry. Well, that's good that you're more expressive with your emotions. Kind of don't want to bottle it in and then boom, blow up when you least expect it. Just careful. There's no downsides or anything to it. How are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Or wonder how much that light's gonna go.
I'm feeling like I just got my ass beat and a strong breeze will finish me off. That's how I'm feeling. But as long as you and Sabrina are feeling good, that's all right.
I mean, we do have to check on out. That was like the second time she got knocked out. She just feels the front lines, very aggressive. But
is that light still going on?
Yeah, it's still going on.
All right.
So you guys are having your conversation. Yes, sir.
There was a couple hobgoblins in the room with us, right? That I kind of just beat the shit out of.
Yes.
In that list of stuff that you sent us, would the stuff that's on them be included in that?
So if you go to the second portion of it where I said 12 each, that's just the accumulation of things that are worth anything out of the 27 individuals that you guys, maybe more, 28, 29 individuals from the beginning to now that you destroyed.
And there's nothing like narratively that they could find. That's not just strictly items, maybe something narrative like a note or something like that.
No, the only thing I will add in there is I forgot to put in Sildar's equipment. Sildar's equipment is in there.
In the room where I am?
It can be any of those rooms you want them to be.
Sweet.
Good.
Does that light shine through corners, or is it just
No,
base?
it's just radiant.
It emits for me in a 30-foot radius.
Okay.
So
'Cause I
it's
didn't know-
obviously blocked by like barriers and stuff. So you just see. Coming
Well,
out
because
the
like
doorway.
I'm at an angle from that door, so I doubt it would hit me unless I went into the door.
Yeah.
Oh.
Essentially, I'm the only person who's not blinded by my own light right now.
And that includes Gundren, because Gundren is also in the room with us. I just brought him back.
Depending on how close he is, yeah. But very, very important question: is Kithwin conscious?
Kithwin, at this point in time, is taking a potion of healing from you in your loving, caressing arms. Scaly, 3-fingered.
Don't drown on this. It's gonna look really bad if the barmaid drowns on something.
Yeah,
But she can't. But she can't see what's getting poured into her mouth.
It's fine.
It's a beam of light.
But yeah, I look around and I'm seeing like Sabrina just kind of sit next to me and Gundren. I just go, I mean, just back up if you need to, guys. Because the blinding distance is actually just 5 feet.
So they went down and now they're looking into the light. That's what's happening.
Well, the last time before anybody moved, I had everybody except for Endymion, and I thought Sabrina, that were not in that actual room or standing in the doorway. What
I
I
do remember Sabrina came to my aid before anybody else, so she was definitely in the room, I think.
With Thornton.
Yeah, what I see right now is that's fair. If it's those two, I did not take a picture of it. I just opened it up, and that's what I remember seeing. It's okay. I mean, it's right now. It's a calm time. I mean, most of you are heavily wounded. The tension is pretty high. But what I would like to do at this point is I would like for everyone to turn their mics off except for Kithwin, please. How you doing, Kith?
I'm okay, I think. We'll see what's
We'll
happening. Right now, I'm unconscious.
You're unconscious.
I'm unconscious. I'm floating in space, and the place between places.
Kithwin, as you go down, falling to the ground, becoming unconscious, maybe even feeling someone slide their hand underneath your head, but still not really conscious of what's going on. You find yourself not so much drifting away, but tethered in a spacious area in a plane in which, as you turn around, your body seems to be able to move quite freely. You feel like you're floating, yet stationary. You look about. In the distance, you can see what only can be described as broken holes of. They look very similar to sea ships without masts. You see the tattered remnants of what could only be long forgotten castles or broken statues of unrecognizable individuals, maybe pantheon gods, something that you don't recognize. As you kind of drift around, you can see that you're tethered. As described as a large pool of undulating mercury continues to ripple behind you. It's equal in your size, but extending from it is a very, very bright, like a lifeline, a single strand of silver thread that to you just glows most brightly. As you turn around, you see a familiar presence. Although somewhat shadowed, maybe a little be able to look through this individual, but you feel that they're very much there in front of you. You recognize your grandmother. As you look a little bit more, you can see the same circular pool shimmering behind her, but the thread that tethers her is rather dim, almost too faint to see. Oh, hello, Kithwin. How are you doing?
Are you really there?
Well,
Am I hallucinating?
I'm just as much here as you are, dear.
I'm not even sure how here I am.
My dear, you fell in battle.
Oh, is that what happened? Oh, no. There's people counting on me. I can't be here.
Well, let's just hope that we can get you back.
Okay. It's been a really long time. I haven't seen you since Mom.
Since you were a child. I know that my presence here may startle you, and I know that I don't... Well, let's just say I don't come to the material plane as often as I should. The fact is that age has caught up with me, and although my body still does exist on the material plane, guarded, I find myself here. It's quite safe on the astral plane. I don't age as much as I do, and I'm, well, running about and having some fun, but I don't do that anymore. I'm way too old for that, and I left your mother to do that anyway, but the fact is, Kitwin, is that you're not here by happenstance. Let me take you back shortly, if you don't mind.
Okay. Wait, where are you when you're not here? I have a lot of questions. Some weird things have been happening.
Mm-hmm. What were your questions, dear?
Oh, well, I haven't felt super connected to my body lately, and I keep feeling like somebody else is there as well. Mom's broom. You remember Mom's broom? The ribbons on it, her ribbons.
Of course I do.
They're kind of moving around, and lately I've been able to punch really hard. I mean, like, I've always been a good puncher. Okay, I'm very proud of that. But lately they've been like explosive, and I can't seem to control how hard I'm hitting, and that's concerning because I don't want to kill things, but it's been happening, and the do you seem to know why that's happening?
Well, again, circumstance has it that... Well, let's start with your first question.
Okay, sorry.
My mortal body, it does exist on the material plane. It's guarded. It is moved quite frequently, and it's extremely hard for me to, because of my age and other circumstances that I'll explain to you, be able to see you as much as I would like to. But the fact of the matter is that as long as my material body is still present, I'm able to at least have this form, and I've traveled amongst the planes, and the astral plane itself seems to be the best fit. I don't age here. If I do, it's very slow, but time seems to try to catch up with me if I reappear. And Kithwin, What do you know of the spell plague?
Spell plague? I don't know. I when I was little, a bunch of people got sick, but I didn't quite understand what was happening. I just knew Mama was sick, and no amount of praying was doing anything.
Well, that was quite before your mother's time.
Okay.
But on the material plane, there's a number of mages known as the Many-Starred Cloak who protect my body and others. We've been able to secure our position within the material plane and in other planes in order to exist for a time. In we don't know when our full strength will be back, but again, during the spell plague, I helped the Lord Allegandor protect the city of Neverwinter. Well, I was young at the time. I think I was 17-ish or something around that age, but I was good at magic and I was provided a home. And that home was known as the Cloak Tower, where they all resided. And where they resided at was a splendid place, a many-leveled place in which mages came from near and far to learn, procure things, and figure things out. But unfortunately, during the spell plague, we were besieged. We were able to hold our own, but I was a low-level mage at the time. There was many of us, and 4 of the most notable mages, they went on to form the Cloaked Ascendancy, but those 4 mages were able to hold out long enough that, well, we all had to escape. Some of us did not make it. Some of us were able to teleport. Some of us were able to project ourselves into other planes, only to fall to the wrath that occurred later. I was whisked away. I know many of my friends perished in the event, but when I was whisked away, I made my way to the eastern side of Faroon and met up with your aunt, Tilly. I grew up in Halfling Downs, the far eastern side, and I felt quite safe there, and Tilly provided me comfort, and I found out that through this experience and through others that the Cloak Tower, in fact, well, it disappeared. And the 4 mages that were left could not hold it within the material plane any longer, and it's our understanding that it got thrown into the far realm, a vile, evil place. Most disgusting inhabitants. I made my way there to the small village with Tilly and just tried to gather my wits for a few months. I learned after about a year that 6 months after my leaving and that the tower had disappeared, the tower actually reappeared in the waterfront district of Neverwinter. Several individuals were sent in to discover what was inside of it, but nothing was left. A short while later, years later, unfortunately, Neverwinter is besieged by orcs and other vile creatures, and just the wretch. Before Neverwinter appeared, before Never Ember appeared and tried to reestablish Neverwinter as a prosperous place, it was quite a hovel. But I heard that the band of orcs, which were led by an orc named Bloodscar, I think it was Vancy Bloodscar, stayed there for quite some time. They burned everything. They desecrated our beloved tower, and somewhere around 1479, I believe it was, we finally managed to get it back. Never Ember sent a small army, along with a few groups of adventurers and friends from the Drunken Blade clan. I believe one of your friends, Thordrin, his mother and father perished right after that incident.
You knew Thorgrim's parents?
Well, I didn't know them directly. I knew some people indirectly because of their allegiance to the Olagondar family, and I know that there was a time in which the brothers Drunkenblade were sent to Floodblessed to get rid of, during the spell plague, I believe it was sent to Floodblessed to get rid of something that was going on beneath the city and was infesting and infected the city, and they were managed to be able to get rid of it, but I'm not quite sure. Not 100% positive on that. It was many years later, staying in Halfling Downs, that, well, the leader of the many-starred cloaks was named Girion Farseeker. He was a human. I didn't think much of him then. High mage, very powerful. I didn't look at him either way. Didn't look at him as a love interest, nor did I look at him with anything else but just admiration. He appeared in Halfling Downs one late summer afternoon, but not in his original form. He explained that being able to escape the far realm, he had to possess another's body, I believe it was. And it was of a halfling of, we don't know whom it was, but he took on the name Farseeker, stayed with us for a time. We built a cottage. I came to adore him. But he continuously pushed that if we were to have a child, that child would be born with immense power, arcane legend perhaps, enough to be able to, let's just say, reinstate all of the Cloak Tower and its brilliance that it once was.
Are you saying Mama was a chosen one?
No. Not so chosen.
Oh.
See, I think he lied a little bit. And you know how men are. But the fact of the matter is that it made sense to me that if two lineages of arcane blood were to mix, that there should be that spawn, should be at arcane. But unfortunately, when your mother was born, she had no arcane powers. He pressed me to have other children, and I did not. It angered him so,
Good
but
for you. Hell no.
It was just one of those things that I think the premise was correct, but I don't believe that the outcome was what either of us expected. In fact, not more than a few months later, he became angry and not tending to the fields, not helping out with the daily chores. He would go missing for some time.
No offense, Grandma, but Grandpa sounds like a dick.
Oh, it gets better.
Oh, good.
You see, it just so happens that I left you one night with Tilly. Your grandfather had been getting up every night. Maybe not every night, but sneaking out in the middle of the night, and I followed him to a grotto, where I found him laying seemingly unconscious. When I approached, the most horrible manifestation that I've ever seen in my entire life seemed to be at the presence of a small statue. This statue, Kithwin, was a small statue of Baal.
Ah, shit. No, I've heard of that guy.
Not friendly folk.
No. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of love for the gods, but I definitely don't. Holy shit, Baal?
Well, I prepared my spells.
I would too.
This hideous beast turned around, and this aberration of sizing, just mock mayhem with glowing red eyes spun around and seemed to disappear within the body of your grandfather. And as he stood up, his red eyes gazed at me, and do you know what you did, woman?
Oh, he used woman. That's an automatic ass beating.
I managed to cast a few spells to protect myself and make haste back to the town. I don't believe he knew where I ran, because entering Tilly's cottage, I barred the door and peeked out the window, and all I saw was him standing in front of our own home cottage in a ball of flame, laughing. Many individuals, other halflings, came to put the fire out, and he fled into the woods. And the reason you have that broom is, again, not by happenstance. Tilly and I set forth in which we wanted to somehow protect your mother, possibly protect myself. And she was bound to that broom. It was the only thing we could think of at the time that was most inconspicuous. Who would suspect that a broom in a closet would be able to protect someone?
What do you mean bound? Like connected her spirit to that broom?
She was tethered to it. I mean, we tried other things. We did. We were able to imbue a couple of small spells into it. I even laughed and thought it would be funny to make it a flying broom, but that did not take. But the fact of the matter is that part of that tethering.
She's still there?
Kithwin, I'm sorry, but your mother did perish on that day. You see, I did not realize at the time that the tether, the lifeline to the broom, only had a number of times that you could actually hold somebody there. And your mother was such an adventurer, and her spirit was boundless, and she got in many fights and brawls, and she was almost died multiple times. And each time that she did, unfortunately, the tether grew dim. And as it grew more dim, we realized that we could not get to her. Kithwin, in 1482, when your mother died, we tried our best to get to her, but we could not get there.
Everybody told me she was sick. I watched her get sick.
I believe that's so. I believe that those things did happen, but I have to tell you something, Kithwin. I don't think it is coincidence that on that very year in 1482 DR, that Baal was resurrected. The fact of the matter is that I did everything I could to bind you. That was your mother's dying last wish, was to bind you to the broom in order to be able to save you in case of impending doom, something like what just occurred.
Where was my dad when all this was happening? Why was I with Mom and not with my dad? Why was I with you?
You still don't know about your father. Kithwin, again, it is not by chance that all of you are here. It's not by chance that all of you made your way to Floodblessed in some way, shape, or form. Your father is a harper. He always has been. He saves individuals, protects them, and gives them food and shelter when needed. Some of your friends, their families have been fed and sheltered by him and become prosperous in town.
Why did nobody tell me anything? Why did I think the gods abandoned my mom after she helped everyone else in town, constantly in service of everyone, and then the gods just let her die of a sickness? Nobody told me anything.
I don't believe it was time, Kithwin. I sincerely believe that, and if you hold ill will towards me, I accept it. Should I have told you? Maybe. But the time has already passed. Your mother's death was not in vain. Although she's gone, you've been tethered to that very broomstick. I know it doesn't look much like a broomstick now. Your mother was beating the living shit out of things every once in a while, and it just became a stick, but nevertheless.
I don't have ill will. I'm very confused. That happens when somebody lies to you your whole life.
I think that as adults, and when you have your child, Kithwin, that you may
if I have a kid that has to be tied to a broom, it's not happening.
And that's your decision, isn't it? As an adult, you make those decisions, Kithwin, based on the relative facts and what's going on in the present time. They may be wrong. They may be. Your father is a good man, but
I know he's a good man.
He may have wanted to protect you.
Okay. Definitely going to have a conversation next time I see him. Harper? Oh, Harper. Okay. So, is that mom I'm feeling?
The fact of the matter is that it is Kithwin. And at that specific time, you feel the warm embrace similar to when your mother was putting you to bed and holding you, wrap around your waist, cuddling you from behind. You feel the soft cheek of your mother against your ear as she whispers softly to you. Hello, Kithwin.
Mom.
Do you remember the song I used to sing to you, Kithwin? I'll tuck you in at night. I'll protect you from the fright. And when you wake up, I'll be near. I'll protect you from your fear. Little kid, close your eyes. I'll protect you from the lies. I'll wipe all of your tears, heal your wounds and your fears. I'll always be in your heart. And when tomorrow starts, I'll protect you. I'll always be here with you, Kithwin.
I needed you.
I'm sorry, but I'm here to protect you now.
I needed you in the little moments. When the days were really long. When I could hear Dad crying in the other room so I wouldn't hear. I needed you then. I'm so glad you're here now, though.
Kithwin, you have to understand there are some things that we just can't control. And although I know your grandmother would like to believe that she can control death, she cannot. She may be able to spare you for but a moment, hoping that somebody in the material plane could help you. But other than that, it's just not within our capabilities. You've grown up, Kithwin. You're a strong woman.
I'm trying. Ugh, God. I thought I'd have so many things to say to you, but everything is gone except I love you and thank you for still being around.
I love you too, Kithwin. My love is never faded for you. Your grandmother has actually given us a gift. I think without that gift, maybe you would never have been born. I mean, to be honest with you, I was quite the rabble-rouser when I was your age, and got to know your scraps of my own.
Can we talk like this often, or just in this space?
It would seem that we would only be able to communicate within this space.
Oh.
Your grandmother's tether is fading. I know that the many-starred cloak are gathering again. There are 15 mages of renowned power scattered around Faroon. Now, look, I'm never asking you to go find them. That's not what I'm asking you to do. But what I'm asking you is to stay true to your friends, your home, and your family, because there will become a time, whether it's in your time or your daughter's time, there will become a time in which you will all be called up to action. And when that occurs, you will be led by a great leader.
So this is heavy, Mom. This is real heavy.
Well, we can't let Never Ember win, now can we? That wouldn't be fair.
I mean, of course not, but goddamn, do any of us have a choice in the matter?
Well, of course you do. We all have choices. You made the choice that you may not tether your daughter, in which is that's fair.
Well, no, because she can't consent to that sort of thing. I'm having conflicting feelings about it now.
Well, then you may want to reconsider that because you're already tethered. Don't die and you won't see me. How about that?
Oh, no, of course I want... Mama, that's not the point.
The
point is, you shouldn't have been put in that situation either.
Look, your grandmother believed that your father was trying to have spawn or offspring of some sort in which to further their efforts, maybe on a more devious side. We did this simply because we would be able to protect you. I did not control your spirit or your mother's spirit. I was able to run and do whatever I wanted to. Your grandmother allowed me to do that, but that in times of need, at most need, she would be able still to reach me.
Well, of course I want to help people and do the right thing. It's just... It's a lot. I just need to process, okay? And maybe talk with people my own age a little bit about it, too. Especially about magic stuff. Mama, I don't know anything about magic.
No,
I know how to shake the barrels so that the taps work. I know the best way to mix herbs and stuff in order to make the latrines not smell as bad. But the magic, I know nothing.
And it seems that you have no arcane power either.
No.
Well, that's good.
I mean, I know people who do, though.
Do you know maybe?
Wait, if you know this much about me, do you know about the others in my group?
Well, not so much. I mean, my main focus was, well, your friend Sabrina's mother, maybe. I mean,
you knew Brina's mama? Oh, right. We all lived in the same town. Of course you knew Brina's mama. You knew everybody. You're even the one who welcomed Malux's mamas into the town. Holy shit, you're the one who introduced them into the town. Of course you did. Is everything in Floodblast a conspiracy?
A conspiracy? It's not a conspiracy.
Well, I mean, happenstance. God's pushing buttons and whatnot.
Oh, don't believe the gods, my dear. Don't.
Oh, I won't. I don't. Well, I mean, you're kind of the reason why I don't have a great relationship with them, because you died early and I prayed a lot because I thought you were sick. Apparently you weren't sick. Apparently you're like...
No, I mean, again, I very much died. If I can use that word, I mean, passed on. Maybe that's a better word. I passed on. Sometimes we die and there's no coming back from it. That's just a fact of life.
For most people, death is permanent. Looks like we're not most people.
I think your grandfather had something to do with that. That's
Okay.
truth. I don't know what he's up to. We've lost contact with at least 20 or 30 mages that were following him.
Oh, cool.
The safe haven that we've built in Floodblessed is for your own protection.
So we were all put in this little bubble to be kept safe until the time came. Does Gundren know anything about this? He's the one who brought us out of town.
Well, all I know really of Gundren is, knowing his family lineage. I know that I believe it was after they took back. I believe it was after they took back the Cloak Tower from the orcs. Many smaller tribes split up. I believe he was on the road with his mother and father. I closed that book, but unfortunately, I'll reopen it.
No problem.
His mother, Capri, Drunken Blade, and his father, Dulif, Wild Song. She was a shield maiden, and he was a god. They had extreme stature. Of course, because they're marrying into the Drunken Blade family, of course, they got the privileges of that. But the fact of the matter is I believe that they were ambushed going home by a small raiding party that had come out of Neverwinter, or returning from Neverwinter after the defeat. I believe they were seeking out vengeance of some sort and killed the family. He managed to escape, and I believe I don't remember how old he was, but I believe he was given to his uncle for safekeeping in Floodblessed.
He was little. Yeah. We were all pretty little.
I believe that because I believe that they also had a child. His uncle had a child at the time, which is not his. He was protecting. So
Shanoa.
That child should have been around 12 years old, I believe, or 8 years old. I think it's 8 years old when they first would have met.
That child is also experiencing some fucky-wucky arcane stuff. I don't know if you'd know anything about that.
I do not.
Okay. I only have one more question, Mama. Anything you want me to tell Dad?
I think truly in his heart he knows. Look, I want you to do what you need to do to be comfortable. If you decide to wander the continent and have fun or do whatever you want to do, go and do it. Your destiny is not written. It's just that there may be a possibility that at some point in time they will call up for arms. And if they do, you would understand why. I'm not asking you to do anything out of the ordinary except for be Kithwin. Just be you.
Well, then you know what I'm going to do.
Be Kithwin.
I love you. I should get back. I don't know what's going on. Gundren had his throat slit. I gave him a potion and then I died. So I don't know what's happened. I should get back.
Look, and as your grandmother turns, she's waving goodbye.
Oh, bye, Grandma.
Your mother gives you a solemn hug and she says, I will always be here. And her hands kind of fade from existence out from in front of you. And almost at that very moment, last question, last answer, you are ripped back into reality. Blinded.
Fuck, what happened to my eyes?
Sorry, that's me. I apologize. Sorry, are you okay? Yeah, it's me. Sorry, I'll Hang on,
No. And she lifts up and she just tries to like grab at to see if she can find the shirt.
Nah.
Lux, I saw my mama. I saw Mama.
Oh shit! You got hit really hard then.
No. It was weird. I'll tell you when I can see again.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Can you let go of me now? You're really low, and I'm really tall, and my neck.
Yeah, sorry. Wait, is Gundren okay? Can we see Gundren?
Hold up. I'm gonna like back my way, like help her stand back up and just kind of get up and back away so that people can see a little bit better in this room.
You're muted, Ken.
Gundren's pretty hurt, but he's kind of gathering. I mean, kind of blindly, kind of stumbling around, trying to gather himself. Like, okay, now what the fuck happened?
Mr. Gundren, are you still with us? I gave you a health potion, but I'm blinded. I can't tell right now if you're okay. Make some sort of nose.
I'll just leave.
I can't see anything, but who are you?
It's Miss Nightbottle from the from the inn, the one you hired, Thordrin's friend.
The damn things they attacked us.
Yeah, we got him. I think we just got all of them. I hope.
Where's the map?
We're gonna have to wait on an answer to that. I don't know. We found the case for it. We have not found a map that I know of. I'm guessing
Wait,
that's
do you know
the
where
one...
the map is?
It was here. They were discussing it. There was at least 3 or 4 of them. There was a woman's voice in here.
Are you asking about the in-game map, or should there be a map? Because I stopped sharing it.
No.
It's the map to the Wave Echo Cave.
Got it.
Maluk's immediately leaves to go start checking other doors.
Are you? Do you still have the blinding thing on?
Yeah. So the light just goes back down the hallway. As long as you keep your distance, you're good. And it's very short turn. It's only to the end of your next turn.
I could see, now I can't see again.
So if I see the
can
light
see it.
leave, I will open the door and get out of the closet with Endymion.
Who opened the door? I
Just
can't
me.
see. Okay.
Well, you can see now.
Oh, I can see now.
Yeah, I've left.
It's only so it's not like a condition I have to wave off.
Mechanically, it's only 5 feet with it.
Oh, okay. Oh my god.
Yeah, that wasn't
I'm
he.
seeing
That was
spots.
Maluk's. He just kind of.
Yeah. He can't control it. Okay.
I'm
Oh
just
god.
saying. It was a thing.
Oh shit! I saw some things. I'm gonna have to tell you about later. I heard things. Destiny shit. But for right now, we need to kind of see if the map is still around. Apparently, there was a conversation. Do you think Gundren? Do you think the lady took the map with them when they left, or?
I am not sure. I believe that she was bartering for it, and trying to maybe extort some money. But I'm not 100% sure. I was blindfolded and beaten, and I could hear the voices, but I could not make out exactly who they were. The king, of course, I knew who he was, and I could hear some other chattering in some goblinoid dialect of some sort. But the woman seemed to be able to speak in common and spoke in common about Wave Echo, but again, I was going, yes, ma'am.
Just to refresh my memory, the lady that we told about her missing inventory and stuff.
Yes.
It was a lady, right?
Yeah.
It was a
Okay,
lady.
thanks.
Yeah.
Okay,
We don't know if it's the same lady or not, but
No, I know, just like in the back of my head. Just
That could be a fun
It
conspiracy.
was a lady. They're
I
definitely.
yeah.
That's a conspiracy.
Maybe
I
I'll
haven't met that
start.
many people yet, guys.
You know who else is also a lady?
Uh-oh. What happened?
Oh, that's too easy, and I want to, but I'm going to be nice.
Okay, so stay here, rest up a bit. You've taken a hell of a lot of knocks. We're gonna search just to make sure it's not still here somewhere.
It's okay. Sabrina and Endymion will stay with you. They like staying behind while everybody else fights. We got this. And I
Excuse
will-
me.
Endymion, come
What
help
are
me
you
look for
talking
loot.
about?
I'm coming.
Well, at least I'm not on the floor the whole time.
Is Maluk
Little
still?
nappies.
The light goes down the hallway, calls back behind him. Hey, Andy, come help me find loot.
Don't worry, Brina. I know you were right next to me most of the battle.
Speaking of loot, Malux, we found Sildar's stuff. If you want to put that away.
All right, sweet. I'll be back for that later. I'm checking the rest of these doors. Come help me, please.
I'll just drop him in this room.
Like,
We were
Holy
in.
hope.
Go find him.
He's a walking
find him.
lantern. That's what's going on right now.
Walking away. So nobody in that room. So nobody in that room's blinded anymore, right?
Nope.
Nobody in that room is blinded.
I do
So-
need an investigation check by anybody. I don't care who's in the room.
Before I leave the room, I will go up to Gundren and kind of like do like the dwarven forearm handshake and kind of like forehead to forehead for the family thing, and just, I'm glad to see that you are still with us, Uncle.
Well, why the fuck did it take you so goddamn long? I've been beaten up by these fucking little green monsters.
Well, you know, we did the best we could. Doors, as it turns out, really suck.
They've been the bane of my existence since I began adventuring. It looks like Malux has picked up the map. You have the Wave Echo map, sir.
I find it. I pocket it.
Well, don't just stand there, Thordrin. Help me get this equipment on. And there's some ramshackle equipment laying around.
Right. And I will kind of help squire him and put his armor on. And, you know, like, the armor's fitting a little tight. You might want to see Uncle back in Flood Vest. He can kind of, you know, let it out a little bit.
I'll get
A little tight around the midsection there.
well, it's because I'm wealthy and I eat a lot. I don't have to adventure so much anymore.
I mean, I eat a lot, and look at all this.
Yeah, you're the spitting image of your father, but of course, a little shorter.
All right, and with that, after I make sure he's all good, I would go out and see if Andy and Malukes need any help finding stuff.
Okay.
Hey, there's a door off the barracks where where we got ambushed by those hobgoblins. Maybe that might be a good place to check.
Let us
So,
look.
am I getting that you guys are staying in that area?
I mean, if we have the map now, did Malux? Did you say, "Hey, I found the map," or did you just put it in your pocket?
No.
Okay, you just put it in your pocket. Cool. So we would probably be staying to look to see if the map is still there. So I guess we're all just looking around for the map. If we don't find anything, then we're probably gonna move on.
Well, Gundren explains that there was conversations. I guess, yeah, he's convinced that she probably took it.
Well, then we should probably get you back to a town so you can rest properly and get a bit better on your feet. I know Sildar will be happy to see you.
Oh, sorry, I that was me. I wasn't listening, but
Well,
This
let's
damn-
get you back to a town so you can rest.
Oh my gods, Uncle, you are old.
well, this damn kid was putting on my helmet backwards, and he got the. Sorry, I'll pay closer attention.
You're welcome. By the way, the one who swooped in with the potion at the last second. I'm just glad you're cool.
Looks like a really bad shaving scar. But
Actually, it kind of looks badass. I always thought neck scars were cool. Trust me,
remember-
that'll go down well at the tavern.
Well,
Is it not?
okay then. And he's like, either we need to get out of here and make our way back to town, or I don't. He basically doesn't see any more enemies. He doesn't really. He's been in here.
Yeah, I
it is
mean the point
raining
was to
outside.
come
It is
and
dark.
rescue him. So yeah.
And he's gonna want to go back. That's kind of his deal right now. Whether you guys want to stay, it's upon you.
So I rolled a dirty 20 for investigation as I did a quick walkthrough. If that found me anything, I don't know.
Yeah, just that again, just as a giant loop for everybody, that stuff that's at the very, very top, including Sildren's, all of Sildren's equipment. I'm sorry, Sildar's equipment, the 3 scrolls that Sabrina has, plus the 2 scrolls, which you guys can get identified, or you can take a few minutes. I'm not sure what level scrolls they are.
Now, as a cleric, would I recognize the scroll of Revivify as something?
Well, they're spell scrolls, so everybody can realize what they are.
Okay.
And as a spell scroll, you should all be able to read them. Invoking them is a different thing. If you want to read it, just like, I think that's what that is. That's one thing. But if you're like, no, I'm invoking this. I'm reading the thing because I want to use it. That's a whole nother thing. You guys can all, in a sense, do it.
Do I need to identify them or anything?
The only thing you need to identify, honestly, would be the 1st level spell and the 2 2nd level spells that you want.
Okay.
And then once you've done, yes, sir.
Well, finish that and then I'll go.
No, go ahead.
The door that I am currently standing at, if
Mhm.
I put my ear to it, do I hear anything in there?
No, that door, no.
Okay. Do I feel a blinding light behind me?
I don't think so anymore.
I'm
I
at a
turn
decent enough
around
distance,
and
so I'm not blinding you.
Yeah,
So when I turn around, do I see anything different?
different.
I'll just leave, and I just leave. The light leaves.
What do I turn
There,
around?
do you see the corner of the room?
You see the corner of the room.
Okay.
You see the light leave.
I go to open the. Is the door locked when I try to open it?
No, this door actually is not locked. I think if we did it right, somebody came out of there when they were in the fight with you guys.
That is true.
Can I take a short rest while everybody else is doing this investigation stuff?
What are you all doing?
I was
Except
gonna
for
say-
Shinoa, what else are we doing?
I went over to join Shinoa the second I know that she's wandering about, and I just kind of come up behind her, and Uncle's all good. Kithun got him up.
Good. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You don't look fine.
You know, if the gods call me home today, so be it. I'm fine.
Fair enough. I push open the door.
There's basically nothing in there anymore. Hold on.
That really seemed anticlimactic.
It's supposed to be because there's nothing in there.
I was about to say, how many times does the DM have to say there's nothing left? I gave you a list of what you find. You can
Yeah.
go now.
Except, I mean, there is more to explore. It's just again because they came out of this already.
Okay.
So
an investigation check would be pointless.
I will just say an investigation will be pointless only because what was in there you have.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay. then I leave. Since there was a divine intervention that said, "Nah, you don't need to do nothing."
I just that whole area. I figured you guys were going to investigate it anyway. It wasn't that big of a deal to investigate it. Nobody's coming out of the other doors. It's raining. Water is seeping through the cracks in the ceiling. The lightning flashes every once in a while. Maybe the light that comes through the cracks through the far opening you came in is a little dim now because of Maluk's radiant presence.
Ken, I sent you a message, sir.
No.
Got it.
I just remembered there was another wild magic thing that took effect that we can't even see yet.
Yeah, no, because somebody keeps avoiding it.
And Demi, as you walk up, I'm basically doing the thing of like, let's clear out the rest of the place just to make sure there aren't any other like lingering adversaries or unfound caches of loot or something like that. So but I'm assuming with the list and everything you provided us, that's just everything within this structure.
Everything that's opened up that you can visibly see, you guys took the time and searched for it.
Okay.
There are still several doors that you have not tried to open. Or when you did actually try to open one of them, it was locked and you could hear something behind it. But other than that, you guys have made it easy. I made it easy on you. Everybody on the outside has been searched. I just threw it into that big lump of stuff that you guys found.
Then I will go back with Sabrina and Kith, since they are the struggling of the two, and with me being.
I mean, you all need to rest if you're going to continue on, and you can rest here. You can make your way back out to the wagon. You could go back to town. You can come back here later. That's all up to you guys. That's all up to you. Brian, you had something?
Yeah. So Thorjan's just wandering the hall. He goes to that door. Is it locked? I proceed to take out my maul and beat the shit out of it until it is no longer standing.
You're muted, Ken.
I want just one door that I get to just demolish the shit out of.
And you guys hear louder than thunder. Kaboom! Kaboom! With thunder and pounding on a door.
I ignore it and go, "Hey, Andy, can you open this
Did
door?"
you miss and push your toe?
Say what?
So you're gonna stay there. So you're gonna stay there and open doors.
I am going to stay at this particular door until it is no longer standing. If you need attack rolls, I will make them.
Okay.
But
We'll streamline that.
Thorjan is having a personal vendetta with doors right now, and he is just on a mission.
Which door are you? Oh, the one that you're at, Endymion?
Yes, the one I'm at.
Okay, so you hear it, that distinct click of it being opened, and you hear some rustling behind the door.
Okay. Well, I got it open, but I heard some stuff back there, Malux. I don't know if you want to prepare something while I open it, or how do you want to go about it?
I will pick up a little bit of a firebolt. I back up a bit and be like, how do I want to approach this?
Do we need anybody alive to ask?
Which way does the door open?
Do we have any answer?
That one opens inward.
I'll look at Endymion and tell him to get behind the door as he opens it, because they're going to throw everything outwards, and then we can just step in and take care of whatever, or convince them to surrender.
All right, then. It's not like we need them alive, right? So I will slowly
give me a number of turns. Because I'm counting at least 3. How many more do you got until your light goes out?
4.
Ah,
Well, let's spitball say 3 or 2.
Okay.
Oh, then you're gonna be easy to look at. Fine, I guess.
I mean, like I said,
You guys
like,
here, as soon as that door is unlocked, how were you trying to open it?
Because it's inward towards us, right? So I would have cover as I open
No,
it.
that's
That's
not inward.
inward that way.
That's
or
out.
inward.
so it's outward.
It pushes in.
So it goes.
It'll make it easy on you. The hinges would be on the left because the door knob and lock that you picked is on the right.
Okay. Then you probably try
So you're on the wrong side, then.
throwing the door open and then stepping back for cover.
Make a quick perception check.
It's like a horror movie jump scare where it's a cat that jumps out, skitters off.
Uncharacteristic 17.
Okay. While you guys are doing this, taking your time doing it, you hear the smashing. And Thordrin, the door kind of just falls inward.
okay.
That one also is inward. So the right hand doorknob, left hand hinges.
Okay.
Hinges are interior.
So I step into the room. Do I?
This looks like to be some sort of an old banquet hall. The western portion of this large hall ends in a wall of rubble, but still remains intact. This is once the castle's banquet hall, soaring high, 25-foot high ceilings, 2 wooden tables, benches, middle of the room, a brazier fully glow with coal, tucked in the corner, dirty dishes, half full stew pots, moldy heels of bread, and gnawed bones cover the tables, and that's it.
I like peek out of the doorway to make sure that nobody is coming down the hallway immediately, and then I continue to pulverize the door for about another minute.
Okay, you keep beating the door up.
Letting frustration out.
Screw this door. I hate it.
Me, Sabrina, and Shnoa just vibing in a room far off, being like, this is nice. And I would keep Gundren with us as long as I could, because I don't want him going back to the cart and finding our little glimmer of hope there and doing something untoward.
No.
He's kind of, to be honest with you, I mean, you all realize it's dark outside. He kind of realizes it's dark outside too. It's probably not, he's intelligent enough to know that it's probably not safe to travel alone, but he's maybe even encouraging you to. He's like, hey, look, I as soon as we get back to town, if we make haste now, I'll give you 50 gold pieces to take me back to town now.
It's the guy. We're waiting on the guys. We're literally waiting. I don't know. Your nephew is beating on something down there. I don't even know what's going on.
I would say you guys would hear, because he is letting frustrations. You would definitely hear the phrase, "Fuck this door."
He's had a bit of a personality change since town. I don't know if you've noticed.
Well,
And you want to get the door open?
I don't believe that he was ready to. I mean, you all weren't supposed to be doing this. You were just supposed to be like taking my wagon to town and dropping it off, not aiding in my escape and rescue. I much appreciate it, though.
Don't worry, we'll get you back in the town soon. Oh, you're saying something, Brina?
No, you were just telling me everything that happened when you were out. You were explaining to me what happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw my mom. She's a ghost. Saw my grandma. Kind of a ghost. we're all tethered by destiny and some stuff. I can definitely explain it better later. Right now my head's still spinning.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, apparently, like, your mom might have had some tie to, like, some clandestine mages or something. Does that sound like her?
My mom?
Yeah, your
Yeah.
mom.
Wizard, maybe. Are you? No. that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Apparently,
I
my
don't
grandma.
know.
Maybe something worth asking after we get back into town. If we get back into town, my God.
What's the hurry? I'm not in a hurry to deal with what I gotta deal with when I get home.
Well, you kind of dealt with a lot. Within the last 4 hours, you've been on death's door twice.
Oh yeah, almost dying is one thing. Having to face my mother after I knocked her out is not something I'm excited to go through.
So it would have been
I had a plan, but then I got knocked out. I had a plan, but then I got knocked out twice. Now that plan no longer makes sense.
You did get one killing blow, though.
you did
Not the point.
kick down that door really good.
I know that was fun.
You were more effective than Thornton with a door, just to be honest.
Oh, but then I immediately got knocked out. So,
Word of the wise, if we continue adventuring, it'd probably be best if you stayed in the back.
yeah. I'm a caster.
So with that, we're going to hold Malux and Endymion at that door. I believe they're opening the door, or going to open the door. But we're going to hold. Go ahead.
I have a thing for the door. Don't worry about it.
Okay. He's got a thing for the door. And for right this minute, what we're going to do is we're going to take a 5-minute bio break and come right back to Malux, the thing in the door, part 2.
Oh, look at it. Taking the door.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Look at that. Everybody's back on time. I love it. I love it. It's because there's like bad stuff going to happen. That's my evil voice. So when we left off, we had Malux and Endymion. Endymion successfully unlocked the door. Malux was about ready to do his thing with the door. And Thordrin, finding the banquet hall, scavenging the banquet hall. He's looked in every cupboard. It's not much there. It's rotten food and things like that. Obviously this was occupied not more than 20, 30 minutes ago. From any investigation checks, looking at tracks, looking at things like that. But other than that, it's you guys have done away with who came out of here. With that, Malux.
Hey, actually, Eddie, come here. I got something for this. And once Endymion's like stepped back far enough out of the way of it, I reach up, blow a little bit of my own breath onto my hand as it like there's a sort of like warping weird light sensation that travels along it, and I push forward and a spectral taloned hand lunges forward from me. I cast Mage Hand, and I just simply send it off to go push open the door for us.
Okay. It doesn't budge.
Barred from the other side, then. All right. Spell's description says it can open unlocked doors, so
it can open unlocked doors.
Yeah, so it
is unlocked technically.
All right, well,
but there is something preventing it from actually being pushed open.
Oh, maybe we should call over the great door opener to open this one too.
Yeah, or we could try an alternative point of entry. I start looking around and such. Well, I'm out of ideas. As I'll turn around and just start making my way back, go, hey, folks, we doing okay back here?
Are you still glowing?
For now.
We're good.
And Endymion woefully keeping him in like grab range, just blinding himself.
Do you know how long that's gonna last? I mean, it might be great to walk back with in the dark, honestly.
This hasn't really happened a whole lot before. It could last for a while, or it could last for as long as, and mid-sentence it and the light goes away, and standing in Malux's place, there looks to be a different Dragonborn. And then you quickly do a little double take, and it is just whereas there was a lightish red Dragonborn, there is now a very vibrant cerulean tinge to his scales now.
I don't know if the light has screwed with my vision. I know my eyes are different colors now, but I don't know.
Blue.
Maybe it's just me.
What?
Blue. You're blue.
That's my thing.
I just hold up my hands. I'm like, okay, I'm really sorry that. Oh.
Is there like a shattered mirror or anything in this room?
Sure.
Dagger.
Sure, why not?
Well, I was gonna
No,
say,
tradition is we use a dagger.
Someone has it.
Yes.
She has it. I believe
Tradition.
it.
Tradition.
So yeah, Sabrina rushes forward, sends one of her very polished daggers from me.
Like this.
At
Hey,
first I go, it's time.
I went this way this time.
I look down and go, oh, my moms are gonna have a cow.
What? You're not supposed to be blue?
I don't know if that's against the rules, but clearly, although it's not bad.
Maybe they won't
I
notice.
like blue.
Maybe they won't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no, actually, What am I saying? This is going to be one of those temporary things. I'm sorry, guys. This is fun. Haha, we're going to laugh about this, and then 5 minutes or something, this is going to be gone.
Above game. This is one of the permanent ones, isn't it? Above
No.
game. Oh no.
So not only is he a different color now, he is also 10 years younger looking, correct?
I'm actually no, definitely not 10 years younger. I'm actually closer to my original age.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know how long that one lasted.
So, as you guys are chuckling along, finding Maluk's to be in his blue phase of life, you guys start to hear the crash of another door being beaten down in the hallways.
Thordrin, it's getting late, man.
Fuck this door!
Okay.
You're his. She just turns to Gunnar. You're his uncle. Do you have any power over this situation? Can you talk to him at all?
No, I want to get the fuck out of here too. But
Oh, what? He's to be left unsupervised? What a surprise.
Well, Milux, we probably should have told him we heard something behind that door.
Yeah.
well, nevertheless, you can. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of scared for the boy because, I mean, he was kind of coddled a little bit. He wasn't. I mean, he kind of had his rebellious phase, but he kind of got put in check in town, I guess, from what I understand from his uncle. And I mean,
He is
wasn't-
no longer in check.
Aren't you his uncle?
That ship sailed.
Well, I am his uncle as well, but his fatherly uncle, the uncle that he is with, his uncle named.
Checking backstory.
Above game, I seriously thought that Gudrun was the uncle.
I thought so too. This is news
No,
to
I
me.
have like
Yeah.
7 of them.
Fucking
Delric,
dwarves.
Delric and Tishmera Rockseeker. They're the closest blood relatives to him. It may be that, I mean, I haven't explored it, but it may be that one of them, probably Delric, was even a closer lineage to his father, to Thordrin's actual father, and still bore the same name. But he was his uncle.
It's a
Yes,
complex
sir.
family.
Oh, I'm just gonna, when he says that, I'm gonna, well, clearly, I mean, you're his favorite uncle because he has been so emotional lately, saying how you're his favorite and how much he loves you. So it's kind of weird that he's
Oh yeah,
over here not watching over you.
he definitely almost abandoned us twice to come and get you. Like he
Well,
cares
I mean,
about you a
that's-
lot.
I mean, that's dwarven loyalty at its finest. I mean, he is loyal. I mean, he may be a little scatterbrained sometimes. He may be a little unhinged, and I think that he always has.
When he says unhinged, I just go.
I make eye contact with Shanoa and just.
I mean, Shanoa, I mean, you.
We won't get into it, but let's just say he's been a bit more violent lately. So
I mean, you've
just
lived
keep an
with
eye
him. You've lived with him for a long time. I mean, I don't know what has happened. I haven't been there to witness it. But the fact of the matter
Be
is that
thankful.
I only sent you, and I apologize. I only sent you on a mission to deliver goods, and now it's turned into something. And he looks around and sees, like, literally the king dead. You know, he's like pointing at.
The burning corpse.
we've had to adapt.
Oh,
Does this mean we get
till you see the front
overtime?
Steps.
Yes, it's going to go into actually double time here in the moment, and if we don't get going, OSHA may be on my ass about this.
Especially about employing minors. Oh, wait, actually, fair question, Gundren. Were there any other hostages being held here?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
So yeah, then there's no reason to keep doing this. Thordrin, let's go, man.
You hear another crash.
Oh, by the way, Gundren, Sildar is good. We rescued him earlier.
Okay, well, he'll probably want that back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he could. Yeah, he kind of sent us to get it back for him. So
And
as
another
well as
crash.
Mickey, you.
And another crash. And a crash that sounds remarkably like the sound of an open crash.
Braces for more enemies just in case. Just listening.
Fuck this door. I need that on a t-shirt.
Are you almost done?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we should probably get your very, very hurt uncle, my very, very hurt self, Sabrina's very, very hurt self, and your very hurt self back to town so we can rest. And I want a fucking drink.
I'm totally fine.
Joshua?
Yeah, what's up?
It's up to you. You know that. It's up to you. And I don't really anymore, but it's up to you guys.
Okay. I look to the others and I go, okay, so there might still be some goods left around here. We know that they've been raiding people. We can try to recover some stuff if we want to. Maybe they have some more bits and bobs around here. But if you guys really want to get out of here, put a boat to it, then yes, we can leave.
Sabrina, what are you doing?
At this point, she's just kind of been with Kithwin and Shinoa while everything's happening. Just kind of trying to rest. She votes to go back to the wagon.
And Dimian, what are you doing?
Not much. I'm just following the looks because he asked me to. But, whatever the group wants to do.
Thordrin?
Yeah.
The door is just hanging by a thread. You can see inside, and you don't see much of anything. I'm not going to pull it up this second, but the only thing you really see in there, this kind of looks like this, kind of like a high, narrow hall. Might have been part of a chapel or a shrine at one time. Angelic figurines and are sculpted along the room's upper reaches, overlooking the floor. You can see to the north there are two large heavy curtains. They're matching archways. Between the archways is a cracked but ornately carved stone brazier that is not lit.
I kick the door the rest of the way off the hinges, and I just kind of stick my head in and look for anything that might be moving.
You see nothing moving. If you want to give me a perception check, you can.
Okay. Ooh, that's good. That would be a 22.
And that is nope. You don't see anything. I described exactly what you saw in there.
That answer is vague and unsettling.
There was an unlit brazier. You could try to light the brazier like a Legend of Zelda game.
Video game logic tells me to light the brazier anyway.
Optional for boss.
Sephiroth comes down from the ceiling.
Why am I hearing the song One Winged Angel?
Why
Why
are they
is like a platinum fight?
Why are they singing?
So yeah, I will just kind of go up and I will go in there and I will check out the brazier then. And
okay,
because you said it's ornate, dude, and this is kind of, you said like this is just a high hall, or did you say that it was like an altar?
Yeah, it's not really an altar. It's just looks like it was, the part of a chapel. Again, there are two on the right and left. There are two archways that have those stained black curtains as you saw before.
Are we in the wedding chapel part of the keep right now? Is that where we're at?
Well, it could be. I mean, you do see these angelic figures sculpted along the room's upper edge, and a cracked but ornately carved stone brazier.
All right. You know what? Because I very rarely get to use it as a dwarf, I will use my stone cunning to see if I can learn anything from the stone of the brazier, like how old it is it significant, does it have any kind of religious properties to it, like ceremonial or whatever. Like, I want to seriously dig into this brazier.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
What am I rolling for? Is that
you tell
nature?
Me. Nope.
Well, I'll start with religion then.
Okay. Then you're examining the brazier?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is a 17.
Okay. It's an ornately carved stone brazier that's cracked. It does have, whatever, what do you call it? Coal that's still inside of it.
Okay. Does it seem dry?
Let's see. No, there seems to be some dripping water from the ceiling, the cracked ceiling, dripping onto it.
Oh, that's lame.
And remember, everywhere in here there's cracks, and so the water's dripping through the top. It's not like pouring through; it's just dripping through.
So I have been informed that stone cunning is history.
Mm-hmm. It
has. If I can learn any more than that,
it's made of alabaster. Let's say it doesn't seem to have any real religious specific anything.
Okay,
it's nicely carved. I mean, it was at one time. Look like it could have been worth something at one point in time.
So to kind of speed it up, then I'll just kind of have my hammer out and seeing a couple more of those heavy curtains. I'll kind of do the kind of cinematic, like walk up and like pull it aside with the hammer and just kind of like look behind it, ready to just obliterate the shit out of whatever's behind it.
Sure. Left or right?
I always go left.
Okay. So as you start to make your way over there, go ahead and put yourself in the room where you would like to be.
I was checking out the brazier and I don't see where the curtains are yet. But if I'm going left, then I will be over this way, I'm guessing.
How about now?
I do see a curtain.
Okay. That one?
Yep.
And you pull it to the side?
Yep.
And as you pull it to the side, the chamber occupied to the northern tower of the castle. A stone altar stands in the middle of the room, covered with blood-stained black cloth, gold ritual implements, a chalice, and a censer. A carefully arranged atop an altar. So you're approaching from the left side archway. When you approach from the left side archway,
one,
two,
oh, no.
2. You take 6 points of damage.
Oh, he's down though.
Awesome.
And we have no idea.
We don't know because we're waiting for him to go.
Win.
So I'm taking
Since
control
we're preparing to leave.
I'm taking control of your guy.
Yep.
I look at Endymion and I'm like, hey, I need you to do something. When we get close to the cart, I need you to go ahead of us and talk to Glimmer. Tell Glimmer to go into her wolf form so we avoid any potential problems with Gundren and a goblin.
That's
Can
a
you do
really
that?
good idea.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do that. Are you gonna go get your brother? Because I haven't heard any banging. Maybe he ran out of doors or something.
He's looking for more doors. I'm willing to bet.
Probably.
Okay,
Because of
Thordrin, come on, man! The tavern's
I'll,
waiting.
I'll go look for him. I haven't heard any banging in a while. Maybe he knocked himself out running into a door. So
Oh, I mean,
just
do you
remember that when
want?
you get close to the cart.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll mark it down if anything. Do you want?
And I will.
I will slowly start making my way towards where the
Oh.
banging was.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
We got to reverse something really quick.
Okay.
Brian, you guys should have used them already. So if that changes anything, let me know.
That would change things.
Use what?
Okay, then you're not dead.
Hold on. Let me tell you. I am not dead. If that is the case,
things because you had
you're
two
down.
bloods.
Yeah,
He's not.
but I never
no,
added anything for hit
He
die.
He never added his hit dice.
Oh wow.
So
We had
is-
discussed
That'll
that
do it.
before, and I looked back, and he never did say that he used his hit dice. So, but he actually messaged me saying that he was using his hit dice.
What?
When Kitwin had mentioned it, Sabrina had mentioned it, and you two were chilling out,
So,
right?
So back at the original short rest last session, or what's the deal?
Yeah, you guys all short rested.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't add in his hit dice.
Oh, okay. I mean,
That's why. Remember, I was confused on what his hit points really were.
Yep.
It turns out that's why I was confused.
But we haven't been able to have a short rest yet while we've been standing here. Or at
Not-
least those of us in the room. No?
Not while you've been standing there.
Okay.
No, that the whole discrepancy between us last time with us not knowing the hit points was because of that right there. So, all right, I have adjusted my hit points, and I now currently have 11.
Okay, so but you still got hit.
Yes.
So you know. Okay. You guys hear actually two whales, not like orca or like I don't know blue, more like the screams of goblins that you've heard before when they're attacking.
What's an orca?
So, so I get hit. Would I have an opportunity to get really mad?
Hold on 1 second. I'm waiting for what
All
everybody
right.
else is doing.
You're out of rages.
Probably since I heard this whale after I tell Endymion about the glimmer thing, I'd be like, shit again. And
Maybe this time
making my way down.
Yeah, just use
that
your
way.
movement, or if you want to run or dash, whatever you want to do, use your movement.
So I was here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll dash, and I would probably get to about here.
Okay.
And that would end my turn. What do I see? Or do I see anything?
Again, this is it's just a chamber. It is a high, narrow hall. Might have been part of a chapel or a shrine at one time. Angelic figures are sculpted along the room's upper reaches, overlooking the floor. There are two heavy curtains. They're matching archways. You can see that the archway to the left, the curtain has been pushed aside a little bit. Between the archway is a cracked but ornately carved stone brazier. And actually, I'm going to move this really quick back over to here and move this back over to there because that never happened.
Is my still being up? Would that affect where my token is right now?
Is your who?
Where I am on the map because you kind of moved me.
No, this
I
is.
get moved.
I moved you specifically because that's where the occurrence would have happened.
Okay.
And the other things couldn't have happened if that happened.
Okay.
So I would have ran in there yelling for Thordrin.
Okay. So what I will do you want to yell out what's in here, Thordrin, or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd yell out that there's some shit and apparently some goblin thing. Oh,
We're going to initiative order.
are we rolling initiative or off of the same one?
Oh, you guys have still been in initiative since you started.
Cool.
We're using the same one. So going back to the original initiative order.
So, upon her Shanoa calling out for me, I'd just sit there kind of with a kind of maniacal edge to the voice and be like, I found more of them.
Doors?
That's
Goblins.
so I have
3 minutes of playtime.
Thordrin is up, and then Endymion, and then Shanoa. That's kind of convenient. And then Sabrina, and then Malux, and then Kithwin. Whoa, learn how to spell.
So, out of curiosity, because I see one that has a yellow ring on it, as Thordrin is looking at these goblins, does the one in the middle like strike me as different? Because I mean, I know you're differentiating it, but does Thordrin notice?
Well, this in particular goblin styles themselves as a priest. And to the left and to the right seem to be a pair of acolytes in robes that you can barely see through. That they are wearing armor, but it's covered by these dirty old bloodstained robes.
So upon seeing them and in goblin, I'll just sit there being like, you know, the rest of your kinfolk are dead. I'll give you one chance to not join them. You can tell us a little bit more about what's going on here.
Does that end your turn?
Well, I'm giving them a chance to not die, but if they're going for it, then I will go into the full turn then.
The chance for them to not die was for us to leave earlier, when everybody wanted to except for you.
There's stuff to find.
What, metagaming or?
Mm-hmm. Then I will, if they're not going to converse, then I will take out the hammer and I will go ahead and I will hit that guy.
Roll to attack.
Okay. That is a 18.
That hits.
Yay. That is going to be for a grand total of 10.
Let's see, that's number 17. Number 17 is gone.
Sweet. And that will be my turn then.
Awesome. Endymion, it's your turn, sir.
Oh, hearing the commotion in there, I'm going to use my movement to go behind and follow her. See what's up, what's causing this.
Okay. You see the same thing I just described, but there's only 2 of them now.
All right, since the ropes guy looks kind of important, I'll just take a hit at him first with my bow. So that'll be a 16 to attempt to hit.
Okay, he has 3/4 cover, by the way. You missed. He's
Oh,
behind
I
the
have the thing we mentioned, the sharpshooter.
Okay. 16 hits.
Okay. That'll be 9 for damage.
Okay. He's got a pretty nice arrow stuck in him.
And since I'll just end my turn.
Okay. Then this guy reaches up with this, like, the most crooked little stick you've ever seen in your entire life. And let's do it this way. Since he can only see you two. Well, you shot him, so let's give 2 to you and 1 to him. Thordrin, you take 2 points of damage. And Endymion, you take 6 points of damage from this electrical energy or arc that kind of arcs out from this little stick that he's holding. And this guy will... He will... Endymion, odd or even?
Odd.
He will shoot his short bow at you for a 19. 15 plus 4 is 19. And 1d6 plus 2 for 4 more points of damage from a little tiny bow. Boop. Beep, boop. And Shanoa, you are up.
Am I able to share this space with this altar? Or is it?
I'll let you be next to it. I get it. I mean, I get
you see what
yeah, I get it.
The shield was up, so it's just sword.
Okay.
Seeing good old goblin guy with his like creepy finger stick thing, I will swing at him.
The guy behind the altar?
Yes. Or
okay.
Yeah. So creepy stick guy. Action. 15.
Do your damage.
10.
So when you do that, reach over and try to hit this guy in his robes. The acolyte right next to him literally goes, ah! And you cut him in half, and you see your sword go kind of glow a little bit. And this guy's gone with the wind.
And then you know what? Nope, I can't do that. I am done.
Sabrina, you are up.
I am back in the room with.
Give me a perception check. Give me a perception check. We'll call it a 15.
I got a 14 in perception.
You hear nothing but the clamor of lightning outside and the raindrops.
We can hold an action in case something comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the party is split.
Maluk's.
Skip.
You can also hold an action.
I have no idea about anything that's going on, therefore just count me out of combat.
Okay. You don't want to use a perception to try to hear it? Okay.
I can't hear anything. I have terrible perception.
Okay. Then it's back to mine. And slashing through the curtain at you. I'll give it to you so you guys can at least see, or Endymion, you can see what's slashing at you. Where did I leave that at? I know I left it somewhere. I put it on the little page in, I don't know what I put it in. General, looks like. Oh no. Hold on. Where did it go? There it is. This way. Oh, I put my glasses on. A large tentacle. And that swipes through, rips down the curtain, but misses you completely. Kithwin, it is your turn.
Well, here's the thing. Even if I did notice something might be going on, I have severely injured people in this room that I would have to protect.
Okay.
So I'm just going to ready an action in case something comes in.
No problem. We'll go back up to the top. Thordrin, what you doing?
Yeah, so I'm going to get really angry, and I'm going to rage, and I'm going to step up, and I'm going to hit this guy.
Do you get rages back on short rests?
I only used one, so I had another one. Did I use two? When did I use my second one?
When you go down, it takes away your rage. You went down to the last big fight. And you used your rage again when you went back.
Oh, I did when I went into the closet. You're right. So never mind. I'm not going to get angry, but I'm still going to hit this guy.
You're mildly perturbed.
I am mildly perturbed right now. But that is going to be a 15 to hit.
Sure.
Okay. That is going to be for 12.
And that particular guy is also gone.
Sweet. And then I will think that we are done and turn around and see Andy with a tentacle on him.
Yeah.
And get more concerned.
Just kind of goes through the curtain, took a swipe at him, pulled the curtain down. So there is no curtain there, but you see that monster.
Is it grabbing him?
No, it missed him.
Oh, okay.
It missed him bad.
Okay.
It's a worm-like monstrosity, a blend in. Let's see, barbed tentacles unfurl to reveal its hungry, snapping beak. Rah.
Rah.
Yeah, tried to grapple him and then pulled him into its maw. Are you done?
I am done.
Okay. Endymion.
All right, I will bonus action disengage, so I can move without provoking opportunity attack. On
Sure.
this thing. And I'm going to use my movement to get behind this altar.
Okay. There are 3 bodies of goblins behind there. There's a crazy looking stick. There's a cloak.
I'm going to attempt to hit this creepy snake thingy that's trying to get at me, and I will take a -5. So I want to try. 23 minus 5 is what, 17?
That still hits.
Okay. So I'll do.
You're going to add 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
21.
21 total?
Yeah.
It's still up, but it doesn't look like it's in good shape. Like, not in good shape at all.
All right, then having nothing else to be able to do, I will end my turn. Come on, guys.
You guys love to do this. Get something down to bare minimum, and the next person just flicks it in the noggin.
Teamwork.
Dream work.
The gobos are gone. Shanoa.
Bonus action to equip my shield. Run. Swipe. Or
It's something.
pressure's on. Does a 22 hit?
Yay!
How many hit points does it have left? 1?
I don't know. How many hit points are you going to do?
Let's find out. 8.
8. What does it look like when your sword cleaves through tentacles and dispatches this thing?
A hot mess.
It's a hot mess and it drops to the
It,
ground.
it it's basically like a warm knife through butter. Just
You noticed on that attack, just so you know, that nothing special happened with your sword, by the way.
okay.
It did not glow extrally. But it looked cool.
So when
Because
that happened, what the fuck is this thing? Because this probably like would we know what that thing is?
No. You guys have never seen this before. Remember, you're brand new adventurers. I mean, you just recently.
Well, I didn't know if it's something that somebody's described like, oh, well, this tentacled beaked thing. No.
I mean, you guys can do. You have checks you can do.
Maybe it was that mommy of that snake from the cave.
Yeah.
Come back for revenge, you know?
Come back for revenge.
Could I do a nature check on it real quick to see if I?
It's Shanoa's
Shanoa's
turn, I believe. Yeah.
If we are.
Oh, you used your bonus action already.
Yeah.
Sabrina, would you like to do anything?
Can I roll another perception to see if I heard any of that just happened?
Yeah.
Please let me have heard some of what just happened. Fuck. I heard nothing. I hear nothing. It's a 3. I hear nothing.
Nothing.
I just look over to Kithwin's like, why are we still here?
Because somebody doesn't value our time. They want to go beat on doors. That's why we're still here.
So I will replace that with Maluk's. You are what you doing?
Considering it.
I look at Gundren. So 50 gold to get you out of here right now.
Yeah, his turn's gonna be next, and he would be like, "Can we just get the fuck out of here?"
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the 3 of us can get you back, no problem.
Okay, we'll just leave.
Okay. Maluk's. Sabrina, you going?
Heck yes, running it with them.
Sabrina's going. That makes you guys are like clumped too. So then Kithwin, you would go too. Do you have anything else you want to do on your turn?
Whatever the equivalent of using my full dash to get Gundren back to that's what we're doing.
Okay. You guys just book it out of there.
I do, however, say like, I really hope they hurry up. I'm kind of worried now.
They'll be fine.
We can split the proceeds with them once they catch up.
Okay. Alrighty. Shanoa, Kithwin, Thornton, are you doing anything special inside there?
I would be, because there's some religious stuff going on. I want to make sure that nothing majorly bad is happening, like they're trying to resurrect some goblin demon god or something.
Doesn't appear to be. Again, there's this bloodstained black cloth with gold ritual implements, a chalice and a censer, arranged on top of the on top of the altar. Right now, there's a goblin with a kind of a weird cloak on and a funny shaped stick.
Do I get any vibe off of the funny shaped stick?
You get no vibe off of the funny shaped stick. You look at the two things that are on top of the altar and immediately like, well, those are worth some money.
Sweet. I will pick those up. I will leave the funny shaped stick. And I will kind of look at the other two, and these things are worth some gold. We should be able to get something for these.
Endymion, what would you like to do, sir?
Could you give him okay, there you go.
I will get the little cloth I have in my bag, wrap the funky looking wand, and just stick it in there. And there's nothing else, I will just leave. I'm just gonna leave, go back.
So you grab the funky shaped wand?
Yeah.
Okay. I need you to make a con save. I'm sorry. I need to make a wisdom save. My bad.
Oh, 19 con.
Cool. Cursed.
Wisdom.
18.
Wisdom. Just wisdom.
18.
18. I have Shinoa and Thordrin right next to him. You see him pick up this wand, kind of like start, he didn't say he was trying to hide it, so maybe he's just trying to stuff it away. But as soon as he starts to pick it up, you see the outline of energy forming around him.
Oh shit!
You have a bonus action at least left, Endymion.
I'll just use my movement to leave this area.
Okay, you're just kind of glowing a little bit, but as you're walking away, it starts to fade. But you definitely feel like something's changed.
Nice.
Like maybe you like feel a little. I feel like I'm a little smarter than I was yesterday.
Oh, cool. Like that adrenaline rush. Right,
you look at your fingertip, and they have little tiny sparks coming off them. Yeah. Shinoa?
Seeing him pick up this stick, and there's that weird thing. It's like, don't you remember like those stories of there was that one about that dragonborn that was just picking up random stuff, and then bad stuff happened to him? Like he was a person, and then he turned into a dragonborn. Don't you remember hearing stories about that? You shouldn't just pick up random objects.
Yeah, some dumbass named Riz or something like that.
Yeah. I can't remember the whole story, but we need to get out of here because I don't know what the hell that thing is. But if there's more of that thing, we need to go.
Well, that is absolutely gonna be a problem. You know that.
We'll deal with it later.
Yep.
And then I beeline out of there.
Okay. I guess paying no attention to that everybody else left.
I also have heard stories of other people leaving party members behind, so
Alrighty.
back around.
I mean,
We made our intentions clear. We're going to
Yes.
try and go back to the cart. You guys are the ones who wandered off.
I wandered off because I heard screams. So I guess we're probably 5 minutes behind them.
I'm actually going to put you guys a good 25 or 30 minutes behind them.
Okay.
Looking at different things, figuring stuff out, searching, investigating, la da 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 da.
Yep.
Up probably good 20, 30 minutes behind them.
Okay.
It is raining. It is not raining heavily, but there is still thunder and lightning. I mean, it's a good shower. And the you can still, I mean, you know where you're going, you know the direction that you're supposed to be going. I'm not going to say that all the footsteps are kind of washed away, but I mean, it's not like if you were trying to follow footsteps, you couldn't follow them. I mean, it's pretty bad. You'd have to roll some. I'll put it at a little bit of a higher DC just to follow them. It's muddy, it's mucky. You pass by 3 or 4 bodies of hobgoblins, and you guys are headed where specifically? The first group, which is Kithwin Maluk's, Gundren, and Sabrina.
Plan was back to the cart, and then I guess we'll have to wait for them to go back to the town, but at least we've started going back.
Okay.
I'll cross ahead early just to get to the carriage first and warn Glimmer.
Okay.
Like, hey, wolf time.
Okay. Oh, where's everybody?
They're on their way. We just need to be in Wolf because we have some folks coming over that. Actually, do you want to go for a walk with me?
Sure. Hey, this guy, well, there was another one too, but he got away. This guy, was headed in your direction, and we kind of got him. And laying there is a humanoid figure of wearing the red brand stuff that you were wearing, or that you saw once before. So you would
Way to
actually
go, Glimmer.
So you have a red brand cloaked figure just kind of lying there,
I need your
investigating.
clothes, your boots, and your bike.
It's been mauled. Let's just say that.
I'll take its stuff.
Put that in your inventory.
Cool.
Just for shits and giggles, because these guys aren't. You find 4 copper pieces and 1 silver piece.
Oh, the money's not important.
Okay. And Glimmer readily pops to her. Pulls her hood up, becomes a dire wolf. Shortly after the rest of the party come up,
We'll just go up and give her head scritches. Good job.
giving you that kind of
Mm-hmm.
glad to see you as best they can.
Yeah.
Gundren's like, you have some very odd pets.
Oh, you know. She's more like family.
Oh, okay, well, let's get these oxen turned around and get them on the trail. These
All right, you're the boss.
And he's driven quite a few of these wagons and gets them back. He'll do an animal handling just for shits and giggles, 17 plus whatever it would be. Backs it up like a champ. Beep, 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 beep.
I leave a little stick marker thing just so they know that we went back to town.
Okay. So when you guys all hop on the cart together, the 2 wolves will remain off the cart, running alongside for a while. But for right now, the cart is not. I mean, there's nothing in it, but it is heavy enough to leave a trail. It looks like a back out trail and a back onto the trail, kind of heading towards. So that might be another, along with your stick, that might be another way they could determine that you are headed back towards town. It's muddy road. It has nice drainage. It's like the best drainage in all of Faroon, but it's still muddy. The 3 behind.
As we're making a good pace, I look over and I'm like, oh shit. Dibion's here. He was supposed to warn Glimmer. Hopefully someone was able to think to do that, because we better go, because it may be.
I mean, thankfully Malux was there to hear the plan too.
Yes. And the whole time out of game, I'm thinking, oh god, is somebody going to do it, or is this going to be very interesting? So,
is there anything you guys want to do? You're not gonna be able to catch up. I'm not gonna allow enough time for the 3 in the back to, unless there's something else you wanted to do to magically whisk yourself up there. But there's going to be an amount of time between the first party and the second party arriving at Phandalin.
I've got nothing. I just wanted to make the one statement saying, like, I hope somebody warned Glimmer.
That was fine. I mean, the little was it? I mean, Milux was there. I'm pretty sure he also heard, and I'm pretty sure they would also thought like, "Hey, this guy just a terrible time with goblins. Let's not have him see more of them." You know. So I'm pretty sure they're fine. Everything's fine. Okay. So I mean, we just get the hell out of here then. Thordran, you're down back there, or I just get the hell out of here and try to catch up. If not, we'll meet them in town.
Okay.
I mean,
as the sun just starts to rise, just breaking, you guys, the first group pulls into town, into Barthen's provisions. You guys are pretty weary, pretty tired. Gundren lets you guys know that it might be best just to make your way over to the Stonehill Inn. Let them know I'll pay your tab, and he's got to make way and make ready. He says he has some provisioning to do and outfitting to do. He's going to the Wave Echo Cavern Cave, but it'll be at least a day or so before he can get everything together and make his way. But hopefully, he tells you, hopefully you guys stay in town. You're more than welcome to go with me. But as far right now, he just kind of like goes in, starts making whatever. You see him, grab, I don't know, a cup of coffee and something to eat and just start writing provisions down, what he needs inside Bartham's provisions. The first group of 3, what you guys doing?
All those in favor of getting a room to sleep?
I
I
Okay, I got this. And as we're heading for the Stonehill room, think for a moment.
actually, if we've already stayed there and those guys are coming after us, we can go to Tim's. That's my dad's friend. He can put us up.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be a good
And
idea.
I'll leave word with the people, Gundren, that if he sees the others, to send them to Tim's.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're greeted warmly. It's actually a loft space in which it's an open loft with some bunk beds, maybe 1 or 2 individual cots. There is a second-story fireplace. It's quite warm. It is still drizzling here in the morning with a lot of cloud, that low-lying tule fog kind of floating around. Not a lot of people out right now, but the people that are out are like, they obviously have somewhere to go and something to do. Just common people doing common things. You
Yeah, so when we get up there, I kind of gesture for the beds. I will space myself away from the ladies just in case any nocturnal explosions happen. And
nocturnal explosions.
I don't know if I wild magic surge in my sleep, and I will snap my fingers, light the fireplace for us, and just pull myself to a bed.
Sabrina, what would you like?
Nocturnal.
is there any like soil, like dirt outside of this place, or is it all just like that hard gravel?
No, I mean you can find it's all you can find soil. It's just wet. Just
Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted.
on. You can find a
True,
spot that's
true.
not mud. Maybe it's next to a grass patch or something like that, or you pull up a patch of grass and get some good earthy soil out of it.
Yeah, Sabrina, before they would have gone in, she would have grabbed some of that like wet soil, whatever she had inside, and just like shoved it in there with the little ball. It's like, here, shush.
You kind of feel it. Not sure what to do with this yet, but I'll do something. We still haven't dove a lot into that thing. It's just like
I just have it there. I'm just making sure it has dirt.
At the most, at the best time, we'll be like, oh my god, this is what you can do with this, and save the entire party.
That's why I'm keeping it in my bag.
Kitswin, anything you want to do?
I think she just needs to take a second. She hasn't felt herself since being in the astral plane. She just kind of like takes the staff out, puts it in front of her.
Okay.
Is just rolling it back and forth.
As soon as you take the staff out, rolling in your hand, paying some attention to it, I want you to go ahead and go on over to your character sheet. You may have to reload it and reopen it. There's an item in there for you.
Yay! Let's see.
If it's not understood, it's not really made for, like, it's not a combat weapon. You know you don't want to use this for combat. You use your fists too much, but it has its uses.
I'm looking for. Is it the mobility staff?
Yes.
Hell yeah! Cool.
Because Grandma Maul.
Oh, Mal Bodoc.
Yeah.
Just reading over. This is pretty fucking cool. But yeah, I will look more in depth with this later. I don't want to take up too much game time, but that's awesome.
No
Thank you,
problem.
sir.
No problem.
I love the name. But yeah, she's just sitting there. Okay. The others are fine. They're just searching the castle. We needed to get Gundren back. It's fine. I'm sure they're fine. Just going over to stuff. They're fine. You don't need to worry about them. They're adults. They know what they're doing. They're fine.
2 out of 3 of them are
I-
dependable. We don't have to worry about it.
Well, I just hope they don't go to the same inn.
I
Given
left
that-
word with Gundren. Hopefully he sees them on the way in.
I guess. Still.
Yeah. You rolled high enough. The next 3 make their way in. It's just, you don't know this, but you're only about 15 minutes behind, 10, 15 minutes behind, 15, 20 minutes behind, something like that. Where you have to enter town, if that's where you're entering town, you would see the cart and the oxen that you previously were on in front of Barthen's provisions. The big double doors to the provisions are open, and without even a perception check, you could see Gundren scribbling, pointing at things in there and making little notes, and it's like he's building a list for something. Anybody want to do anything with him?
Oh, just, hey, Gundren, where have you? You know where the other 3 went to, or
They were. I let them know they could go over to the inn, but they made their way over to Thames. They're spending the night at Thames just in case.
All right, that sounds actually pretty good, since I think she had mentioned.
Yeah, because you and Maluk's made some friends last time we were here. We probably don't want to go back to the same place.
All right, so let's just head over there then. I'm pretty sure they're worried sick.
So you go over to Thames.
Yes.
Okay. You guys arrive at Thames. Thames is just like loading up, topping off some kegs, and sees you both. Kind of shakes his head. You all have been in a scrap. Well, they're up there. Take those stairs up top. I think I can hear the Dragonborn already snoring, so keep it quiet.
Me.
There
Sabrina
hasn't been
wide
any.
awake.
There hasn't been any explosions up there, have there?
Not tonight.
No, unfortunately, if there was any explosions, I'll be really honest with you. If the Dragonborn was to do any explosions, and he kind of looks around,
He can collect on insurance.
everything here is pretty flammable.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Well, that's good, because I found this weird stick. I want to find out later what it is.
Head up.
Sabrina?
Oh, sorry. I'd still be up in the room. If Melissa's snoring like that, I'm awake. Sabrina is very much awake. She's probably
I'm way
like,
across the room. But yeah, I get it.
To be super dramatic, is there a window in this room?
There's going to be at the opposite end of, because it's kind of an A-frame loft area. The opposite end of the fireplace, the second-story fireplace, is a window that can be opened. Okay,
then Sabrina would probably be up there, looking through the book of curses that she still has.
Okay. I'm sorry, the book of
the curses of the desert, something
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Shanoa and Endymion, are you guys gonna head up there, catch a nap, or what are you guys gonna do? It's early and it's like just the crack of dawn. You guys are freaking exhausted because you've traveled
Yeah.
overnight. In all technical terms, you should have a point of exhaustion, but we'll just go ahead and leave it leave it at that.
I will sit there and be like, once we get this rest in, I want to go back to Floodbest. These past few days, all those adventures talk about all the cool stuff, but they don't talk about all the bad stuff. Me personally, I don't think we're cut out for this.
Not cut out for what? I just called down from the top of the loft. What happened?
Where did we start the past 3 days? 4 days? I don't even know at this point.
Well, I mean, technically it's over now, right? We rescued Gundren. We're supposed to go home next, I think.
Fuck,
we got some stuff to collect. I mean, there's the thing with the reward with the cave stuff, and then giving Sildar his stuff, and there's just. But yeah, I mean, we got some good. Is there enough space for me to slip under the bed, like take a quick nap? Or is it like really?
Are you sleeping in
there
bed?
is on the bunk beds? No, on the individual cots, sure. And we can say they're not even cots. Maybe they're just like single beds, singles.
I'm just gonna slide under a single and be like, oh, just like home, and then just trans out. Peace.
Wait, so you're sleeping under a bed?
In case somebody comes over to stab the top of the bed, you like put some pillows in and then you sleep underneath. It's actually a rogue thing. I've played rogues before.
I didn't realize this place was called the Prancing Pony.
He also doesn't sleep. He's trancing,
And there's several black knights riding really ugly horses outside of your door. They're all looking in the one window.
Down that way. Down that way. Don't kill the direction guy.
It's
Sabrina
been
would
a
just
long
day. Yeah, same thing. She would just start getting tired enough to lay down.
So what I will say is that you guys will have to have I will ask you that you will have to have a nice long rest, get plenty of sleep before you can start transcribing your spells into your spell book, talking about what's happened to Endymion, those kind of things. Okay. Let's see. So if nothing else, 6-8 hours go by and you guys are like all waking up. It's daylight. You can hear the bustle of sound outside from individuals going by, horses, wagons, just your normal kind of stuff going on outside the window. It is not raining anymore. The sun has come out, although it's still a little gloomy, but nothing. You guys are just like probably hungry, but I will allow you all to have a full rest. And from there, what would you guys like to do?
Well, we should probably get Sildar's stuff back.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Endymion?
Yeah, this is like above game stuff like that. But what do you guys do with the guy that was caught? Are they going to address that or what? Or
What other guy?
oh, was he dead? The guy that was
Dead.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. Sure.
Yeah,
Are you talking about Gundren?
No.
the guy
No.
that were caught.
You
The
guys
red-hand
basically,
guy.
the 3 people that came out of the woods and made it onto the road, the last group of 3, when you guys came out of the woods, you came out of the woods where you thought the wagon was. You can see the wagon trails, and there's an individual that is unclothed down to just some knickers or something, but it looks like they were mauled. They are no longer part of the living peoples.
Speaking of, did the wolves follow us into town or did they depart? They departed? Okay.
No, when you guys made that left into town, They kind of went the other direction.
I just waved.
I think, yeah, once I've gotten enough sleep, I would get enough food to feed myself and then head out to the probably go towards town's limits as carefully as I can and just try to find them and be like, hey guys, here's some scraps.
Okay. Sabrina, what would you like to do in the morning?
Well, since I had been working on them in the what's it called? In the wagon before we got there. Could I walk over to Endymion, where are you?
Are all of us up and around, or just clear that part up? Because
Yeah,
First thing in the morning, I bet we're all in the loft.
okay.
Where
Yeah,
are
I
you?
want to start you guys in the loft if you want to
So,
do whatever after.
yeah, I mean, I would just be with everybody if we're all having breakfast.
Okay. Well, you actually haven't there's no food here. There's plenty of
Oh.
liquor. There's no food here.
Sorry, someone just got here. He's gonna get the door. But while he's doing that, Sabrina would find where Endymion is and just get behind him and then just pluck one of his hairs.
Okay. You have a plucked hair from Endymion.
I would put that into my bag with my crystals and my string.
Okay.
Did you just pluck one of his hairs?
Yes, and you didn't see anything.
Give me a perception check.
You didn't see anything. She's like showing the dagger. You didn't see nothing.
18 plus 4 for 22.
Okay.
Just lost Kithwin. She'll be right back.
When you reach up to pluck this hair from Endymion, however you want to do it, being sneaky, you pluck it. You have the feeling that it's like he's statically charged.
Okay.
And it's like it spikes your wizardly comfortabilities. Is there any checks you would like to roll?
Yes, can I roll an Arcana check?
You most certainly can roll an Arcana check.
What was my thing? That is a dirty 20. 15 plus 5.
You feel... Uh-oh, we lost somebody.
Yeah, I said Kithwin had a unfortunate move screen. She'll be right back.
Okay. When you pluck it away, you immediately feel like there's something arcane about him.
Would it be a history check or an insight check, do you think?
To do
I
what?
want to try to see if I can figure out what it is, like what type of Arcana it is. Or like
It doesn't give it doesn't at this particular point in time, it does not give anything off.
Okay.
It's not like rolling a, there are similar spells. It will tell you, oh, it's abjuration. Oh, it's this. Arcana wouldn't do that. Wouldn't give you any other information except for you feel now something, a presence you haven't felt before that feels a little arcane to you.
Okay, so after I felt that, it's just like it kind of like unsure of what to say. So I would just put the hair down and just be like, that's a conversation for another time. And then walk away. Like everyone could look at me all weird. And she's like, what? Nothing's wrong.
In this strange humidified area, you see a little bit of her hair. If it was like had a little static electricity in it, kind of a couple hairs kind of, but it's strange. It's a little humid because of the weather, but still it's like little flowy hair. No big deal.
Seeing the like static electricity is blatantly obvious, right?
No, it's not blatantly obvious at all. No. It was a long ass time ago, but nobody decided to do anything, so no. Endymion can feel he's got a little static charge, but it's not visible. It's not.
I thought that was because of the adrenaline. But...
I ran away with your hair though. Like I just took off.
Oh, you're gonna have to pay a lot of price for that. That's super valuable.
What are the rest of you guys doing? Going down to to the inn to eat, or what are you going to do?
Probably get breakfast before joining Maluk's to give scraps out. I'm guessing the first thing we would do is buy some. I'll buy breakfast for everyone at the inn.
At the inn? Okay.
How much?
Hold on one second. Is the rest
Sure.
of you following her to the inn?
Yes.
Just give me a perception check with make it advantage. Guidance. I don't really care.
Me too, or
17.
Just anybody. 17 is good enough. Shanoa, you definitely notice Maluk's and Endymion. You don't even have to roll. You guys see a group of 3 to 4 red brands. They are not walking in your direction. They are walking. Actually, they didn't notice you, but you noticed them, and they turned down the same way. It looks like they were going down where Endymion and Maluk's had a little experience. They walked down that way. You guys walk into. Hold on 1 second. Come on now. You guys walk into the Stonehill Inn, and as soon as you walk into the Stonehill Inn, don't know why I didn't have this up. Kithwin, sitting in the far left-hand corner, opposite of the where the bartender's area would be in bar, eating some food, are 2 individuals. One individual you notice right off the bat. It's Eva. The other individual is a cloaked individual. It looks like some esteem, like maybe guardish or something like that. They're just eating away, and
I mean, Kithwin's gonna go right up to Eva, just immediately, like, "Hi,
well,
what are you doing
so
here?"
you all go in there, right?
Mhm.
Okay, you guys all you just kind of going in there. Kithwin notices
I
that
am not there, so
you're not there.
You're not coming to get breakfast scraps to take?
I went earlier. Like I woke up earlier.
Oh, okay.
So the 4 of you, Kithwin, Sabrina, and Endymion, and Shanoa. Though you 4 go in. You all notice this individual. You all have seen this individual around. You probably interacted with her in Flood Blessed, but Kithwin knows her as Eva. Oh, I've been awaiting you.
Awaiting me? I mean, we just finished up. We were gonna tie up some loose ends and head back home. What are you doing here?
Well, not you, dear. She kind of puts her head to the side. You, and points at Shanoa.
Me?
Slow head turn.
Why don't you all come have a seat? We've got a lot to talk about, don't we?
Maybe she heard you about your pink eye.
You see the, I mean, well-dressed. Now that you get closer, this gray kind of cloak covering a large breastplate. The large breastplate, it's covered up enough. There is a logo underneath it. You can't make this logo out. Sit down. He's just kind of eating.
Hesitantly pull out the chair and sit.
Kithwin, my dear, how have you been?
Huh? I'm sorry, I missed that.
How have you been, my dear Kithwin?
Things have been happening. A lot of things.
It took a minute to find you. I've actually been waiting here for a day and a half or so, and I was told you went this way. Well,
can I insight check to make sure this is the real Eva? Just because this is very weird.
I mean, most notably, I mean, we were waiting for her, but
8 seems legit.
Seems just as glad she's ever been.
Okay. Yeah, no, things have been a little crazy. cart got attacked. We went saved Gundren. Everybody seems to be a little bit more powerful than we thought they were. Let's just say that little conversation we had before I left, some things have proved more true.
Well, let me say this. So all of you are sitting there eating now. They've brought over some food. There's big platters of meats and fresh, unpasteurized warm milk, some kind of a citrusy drinks, eggs, and different things to eat. If you were going to mark anything off for a cost, it has all been paid for. She kind of sits back and, well, I guess the stories may be true. But you and I, Shanoa, once we get done eating, we're going to make our way over to the coaster. Or the coaster, however you want to say it. We've got something to talk about now, don't we?
I don't.
Shanoa, what the fuck? What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. Like, I've.
Do you want me to go with you?
Same. I can mean girl this bitch. I swear.
2 or 3 mouthfuls of porridge or some just watered down oatmeal.
No, Ava's a good person, but this is weird.
It'll be going alone.
You think you can stop me?
At least inside the talk. It's a private matter.
Private. I see.
Excuse my friends for a second, sir. We know Eva, but who are you? Not to be rude.
I'm Goldwyn Thordblade.
That sounds familiar.
Frantically looking through the notes.
Is that the name from the backstory that was from today? I have my note. No, okay, never mind.
No, that was
blood. Was it blood scars?
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and to be 100% honest with you, the name doesn't really mean anything.
Okay, it sounded like the evil guy for a second.
Yeah, me with my steel trap. No, I have no memory of this man.
So
it's the guy from the other end, you know.
So, I mean, Sir Thornblade, my friends are just cautious. Do they have any reason to be cautious? We've been through a lot, and we're kind of a close-knit group. We just don't want to see.
No, I can understand their trepidation, but the simple fact is that we need to discuss something with you that is quite private. They will be let in the knowledge of what we are talking about if you wanted to let them know, but we just need to talk to you. And he looks down. I mean, doesn't make it. I mean, makes it really, really obvious. And we need to talk about that as well. Pointing at your sword.
I just look at the group and I've got this. I think. Well,
holler if you need help.
Before you leave, Sabrina would also pluck a hair from you. Trust me.
You know, you can just ask me when it's my turn. I'll pluck it out for you.
But the surprises have the fun.
Well, darling, are you done, you brute? We can go. They both stand up from the table.
I just give like an awkward like.
Don't worry, he won't be harmed. I give you my solemn oath. He will.
As a bard, oath as a bard.
She.
Oath-
Be
Oath as a bard on your ability.
Pinky sweat.
You know these are sacred.
This is a lifelong bond. Pinky. She will not be harmed. We just have some questions.
You're not the only one.
So as the three of them, you're going with them, Shanoa?
Yes.
As the three of them make their way out the door, heading straight towards the Lion Shield Coster. That's where we're going to end for tonight.
I would have laughed if they're walking towards the evil inn. We're walking towards the evil, the red brand inn. It's like,
Could I tell Endymion, like, do you think you could trail them, like, in like
You can-
sneaky
It wasn't a
ways against
Harper
you?
symbol on his chest, was it?
you couldn't make it out. It
Okay.
did not. It did not look like a true harp. It was not a harp. Let's put it that way.
Also, fun fact, I'm still blue.
Oh no! I forgot to give you something. That reminded me. Where do I have it saved at?
Yeah, blue.
You have a symbol, Kithwin.
I do.
In your little dream. Crap! I forgot this. Thank you.
No,
for
no
reminding me.
worries. You can tell me now.
So in your dream,
Mhm.
when you were taken to the astral plane, your grandmother was wearing a pendant. I forgot to describe what she was wearing. She was wearing a pendant. That pendant is the identical pendant that Sabrina's mom wears. And I'll give you I'll send you the picture right now.
Cool. Definitely will show that to Sabrina as soon as I can.
Anything else? Pictures. Anything else, guys, before we close the night?
I think that's good.
Yep, all good here.
Okay, this is really irritating me. There it is. I think I got it. Yes, I got it. Copy. Send to Pandora. Copy, paste.
Last
Paste.
musings.
Enter. That's the image. That's the image that you see as a pendant. Oh boy. Baltera. Okay. I will write that down.
All three stars on a pendant? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like, I mean, it just to give it some flavor, in Lord of the Rings, I can't remember what the elven one was.
It's the not elfin star, but elven star.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's similar to that in appearance, like silvery.
I have that as a tattoo, actually.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I know exactly. Yeah.
But that was something I totally forgot. I did not describe your grandmother. That would have been something that was like,
yeah,
I seen that on her mom.
I'll definitely roleplay that with Sabrina next time.
Oh, pause.
There was a lot going on at that point.
Yeah.
Sorry for the massive lore dump.
I enjoyed it. Never be sorry about a lore jump with me. I love lore. I was mad because I was trying to act and also take notes at the same time, but stay in the moment and acting. So I think Josh helped me with some of the notes. I'll have to rewatch it and retake notes, but no, that was fun.
A lot of Googling to be done.
I have notes, and in parentheses at the top of the bullet point list, I say, I don't know this yet.
I gotta write that down.
It's missing a stone, sadly, but
there it is.
It's not as intricate as that. It's more like the picture I showed you, but I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Can I see the picture too?
I don't have it. Yeah, just send it to her.
Yeah, I'll send it over to you.
Yeah. Her mom, there's a difference. The one that her mom has is not. It's the same, maybe in just silver, the one on your grandmother would have been like almost faintly glowing. It's so bright. That could have been an effect from where you guys were at. You don't know, but I'm sorry, I totally forgot that. But we fixed it. Endymion, anything for you before we leave?
No, I'm just with the group. I was kind of like half distracted. So whatever they want.
You guys can do me a favor. Give me a heads up before the next game if you're going to go follow them or whatever you follow them or whatever you're going to do. You can give me a heads up. You can do it in game as well. It's not a big deal. They're about 30 feet away from entering the Costa. Shinoa, anything for you?
No, I walk with them.
Sure.
Not talking or not waiting until we get to wherever to start the question.
Thordrin, anything from you? Malukes, anything from you?
Okay. I have so many things I'm going to message you, but I waited till the end of the game anyway, so I'll let you know when it comes to me. So
okay. Anything from you, Thordrin?
So Thordrin bunked with his uncle for the evening, and in the morning he made his way out to the woods a little bit, and he is currently deep in a kind of a trance state. So that's where he's at.
Okay. So what I would like you guys to do, this is a precursor, so we don't have to do it in the middle of the game next week. I would like for all of you to level up to level 3.
hooray!
Endymion and Sabrina. I will caveat one thing because I know where you're going, what you want to subclass into, Endymion. I need at least a good 4 or 5 hours of you guys chilling out somewhere. It's early evening, remember? It's early evening. You guys slept all day, got all your stuff back. Now you're 3rd level. But I need for you two to spend some time copying spells. Endymion, you still don't have a spell book. Might want to buy one or find one.
Apothecary has a bunch of books. You could probably get a blank one.
No, I know for sure I wanted to go to that.
Okay, and I do also, so you know, I do I do what we call a traveling spell book, so it's not the freaking 18 by 24 inch freaking giant spell book, just to make it easy on everybody. Malukes, I don't think we have much anything for you except for
more meta magic options. I get a spell, and that's just me, baby. I'm a sorcerer.
But I will. I may forget. I'll make a note of it. I will message you because of something. But I will message you.
Okay.
In fact, I'll start it right now.
If it needs to be role played out, sure, next session.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Yes.
I was like, actually, it's a good thing because I did want to have a conversation with our characters. Want to have a conversation. However, can I DM you what I plan to do with the crystals and the string and all that stuff?
Of course.
Okay, thank you.
Anything you guys want to send me, I love to find. Except for why can't? Oh, there he is. Except why can't I find locally?
I had a question for our 5-hour thing. Is that gonna be like here, or is it like on the side? That's gonna be addressed on here.
So I don't mind, because Kithwin really doesn't have much to do while we're waiting for Shinoa. I know that Malukes had mentioned that he wanted to hang out with Sabrina and Endymion, something magic-y thing. While they're doing that, maybe they're just having a magic party and you're not invited, Kithwin.
That's fine. I'll go wherever I'm needed.
At some point in the future, we'll have Magic Club.
Yeah. So when we get into next week, I'm going to send a little message and then go ahead and level up. And then when we jump into next week, we'll go ahead and start off with Shinoa, kind of like we did with Kithwin. If you have any messages for me, lore dump stuff, you didn't understand what I said, don't be afraid to message me and ask me. And then I think that's it. Anybody else? Anybody got anything going on?
Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anybody else got anything going on? Anyb
Nope.
Um,
I'm in the process
Well-
of looking up these spells.
Until next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And if you're in the Mediterranean, just Google it. If you're in Korea, let us know what time it is in Korea, as I know you were watching. I know you were watching.
Did we actually have statistics say somebody in Korea was watching? Because that
No,
would be awesome.
Selkie was watching.
Selkie came on. She's in Korea.
Oh,
She was on.
oh hell yeah!
Well, they're stationed in Korea.
Yeah.
She's not Korean.
Cool.
They are stationed in Korea.
But yes, I can get statistics for. Well, I don't know if I can. I know I can. I know on my stuff I can. But we'll figure that out later. Ain't no big deal. Well, let's see if I have to start speaking German. That'd be cool. I have to start translating. We'll have subtitles under everything from now on, like 17 languages. Our faces will be blurred out.
I can't speak German, but I can understand it. So that's a second generation immigrant problem. I can't speak it, but I know what the words mean.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to speak Spanish in my own home, so I failed Spanish in high school too. So it is what it is. Going once, going twice. We'll send us off. Thank you so much. See you guys next week.